You're buying, I'm drinking.
I don't think any of us could afford this place otherwise.
Yeah, I know I can't.
Go home.
We thought you might need some help.
You're wrong.
Come on now, Rossi. Bounce some theories off us. Fresh eyes can't hurt.
This isn't even a BAU case.
Maybe not yet, but I can make anything a BAU case if I want to. It's about paperwork, and I know the paperwork.
Why do you care?
Because you do.
I think all shows that are successful are a family. That what people respond to at home and what people feel comfortable with is a family. ER is a family, it's just set in an emergency room. Criminal Minds is a family of profilers, it's just set in the world of the FBI and serial killers. It's the only way that you can do a show because people have no sort of frame of reference to an FBI agent and serial killers. So what they do have is they can tell which character in the show is the mom, which character is the dad, which character is the pretty cousin, which character is your little brother. They sort of relate to their own family in shows. And I think if you look back, across most of the history of television, you'll find that the shows that have the most impact and the most sort of longevity are shows that at their core have a family. This show, as scary and wild as it is, has a central, we're sitting in sort of the kitchen of our family. This is the round table room where they get their cases, and it's very much their home, our family, and we have characters that we very much think of as the older brother and the sister and the younger brother that they all protect, and which character's the mother and which character's the father, sort of which fills those roles. And I think if you look at all of the shows in television that really work, there's always that. First of all, when you read the scripts, you want to make sure that the person who's writing the script can make it sound like the show, because you're hiring them to sort of ape the show that's already being made. But almost more important than that, I look for somebody in the meeting, because I always assume that if you're going to be sent a script from an agent, the writer can probably write. That's not the issue. It's kind of casting the room that's most important, that you want to have a writing room, because we work very much in the room. It's very much the John Wells and Stephen Bochco style of everybody kind of coming together quite often, and you want to sort of cast a room in a way that you have differing opinions and diversity in the room, and sort of ideas that you wouldn't have yourself. I think the worst possible thing would be to have 8 people who think exactly like you in a room. So part of it is just making sure that they can mimic somebody else's voices, like a Law and Order or something like that. But then when you sit down and talk with them, its personality is important too. About so I think that this person is going to be the contrarian, and this person is has a law enforcement background or a law background, things like that. So it's a combination of things. It's only partially the writing, and then it sort of becomes other factors about how you think that it's almost like having a baseball team. You sort of have to have a cleanup hitter and people who can hit the singles and things like that. So it's important also to sort of cast the room. The best advice I can give people is to write every single day. Make a time for yourself to write. And when I started doing this, I did it in my basement in Chicago when I was working as a cop and a security guard and had 3 kids. You have to make time to do it. And this, you have to remember that Hollywood is this like big monster that just keeps eating material, keeps eating scripts, eating scripts, eating scripts. There's 140 shows that do a script every week. So, you do the math on how many that is in a year. So if you're talented, we'll find you. We have to find you. We need you. I don't think you can worry about that. I think you need to worry about just becoming really good at your craft. It's a skill. There's a skill set to learn. There's a way to do this that we're sort of looking for. But also, it's important to live. I don't have a lot of faith in kids who are just getting out of school or something, because they don't really have anything to say because they haven't lived. I like to hire people who've had some kind of other life, that had another profession, had something that they can sort of bring to the room, and some life experience. So the 2 pieces of advice I would give you is write every day and live. Get out there and live. I come from Chicago. It's a huge union town. I've been in unions my whole life, and I believe 1,000% in union representation. I just don't think that the powers that be would give you anything if they didn't have to.